with the increasing spread of coronavirus around Britain, one business owner in North Cornwall has decided to delay opening his caravan site for a month. Patrick Langmaid is from Mother Ivy's Bay Holiday Park at Trevose Head and is with us now. Patrick, morning to you.
Good morning, James.
Putting back the opening date of your park by a month is going to cost you thousands, isn't it? Do you think you're overreacting?
No, I don't think I'm overreacting, James. If anything, I haven't reacted quickly enough. And putting it in perspective, it is going to cost my business around 100,000 in refunds to guests. We've cancelled 270 holidays in our hiring and touring side of the business. And I reckon I estimate the cost at about 100,000, and everyone we've cancelled will get a full refund.
I mean, that is a huge amount of money. Can you take that sort of hit? Can you survive?
Yeah, I've been running Mother Ivy's for over 20 years, and I've built up quite a lot of resilience in the business. So yes, we can take the hit, but actually it's far bigger than just Mother Ivy's, my own business. It's actually what's happening in our community, in our country. And if you want to be signposted to what is going to happen here, you only have to look at what is happening in Italy, and then you count forward. I think Jeremy Hunt last night was talking about we're 4 weeks behind Italy. I've read elsewhere we're 15 days behind Italy. Whether it's 15 days or 4 weeks, actually, it's very frightening. We're on the same trajectory. It appears as a country we're not taking the action that Italy is taking. And the problem the West Europe has found is that by the time you react to the figures that you're getting, it's already too late. You actually need the time to be moving is when it actually seems as though you're doing too much.
Indeed. You're obviously looking at this in the long term. What sort of precautionary measures have you put in place for people that do still want to come and stay with you?
Well, I mean, whether they want to come or not, we are now not opening until the 25th of April, and we will be making refunds. And we are contacting all our guests that are affected. We are remaining open for people who own their own caravan at Mother Ivy's. They are effectively second homes, although they're not impacting on the housing stock in Cornwall. But so our private owners will be welcome, and the sort of things we're doing is social distancing. We're talking about maintaining that 6 foot 2 metre gap between guests and our team, and we're talking about issues around self-isolating, particularly for my own staff. To help my colleagues avoid hardship, we've already decided that we're going to be paying full wages to any of the team that are required to self-isolate, and we're doing that to encourage the right behaviour. I mean, this is not the time to be sick at work.
No,
and we need to address that.
We're all obviously being encouraged to take responsibility. You talk about your staff. What about your family as well? How concerned are you for your family?
Very, very concerned, James. My mother is recently widowed. She's 83 and she lives at home on her own. I've been encouraging her to self-isolate for her own benefit. She's actually reluctant, like many elder people. She needs the social contact. She needs people coming in to see her, and for her that's more important. So she has not succumbed to my encouragement. I mentioned she's recently widowed. We lost my father just before Christmas. His death certificate confirms he died of pneumonia. Now, obviously, it wasn't COVID-19 that caused that, but he was himself 84, and having been through it as a family and lost a loved one, you only have to listen to our Prime Minister talking about the many people who are going to lose family members in an untimely way. I mean, we all go eventually, but it's untimely. That's the issue. I think the Prime Minister just said it was many people are going to be affected. In reality, James, you can look at the maths and do it yourself. The population of the UK, 67 million. That's fact. Best estimates of a worst case scenario of 70 to 80% infection rates over the period of the pandemic. And they're talking about death rates 1 to 3%. Well, you know, I hate to be brutal, but by the time you've worked it all through, the best case scenario is around 400,000, and in the worst case, it could be 1.5 million, and that's the UK. And so when the Prime Minister's talking about many families, he's actually talking about many tens of thousands.